Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
Tomorrow is opening day.
This morning, didn't have a great hunt. Deer didn't move like usual.
We just got set up in the middle of this bedding thicket. Saving this spot from the rut. It's a nice, I think it's a nice buck.
Boom! Hits a 170.
That was money. I think he's down right over there, maybe 10 yards.
Whitetail Legacy Podcast, bringing you back to the hunt and leaving a legacy.
Baller rut. On the black mic tonight, we got homie standing about 6'1", 185 pounds. Gonna shoot a 130 and tell everybody it's a 150. On the blue mic, we got Cody Jenkins. Not going to shoot a deer next year because he's been on a streak too long.
You might be right, man. I hope not.
I hope not either. What's up, guys? This is our episode. We get to do what we want. No guests, just us hanging out, letting you guys know what's going on in our lives in the podcast world. And
we've not said anything about Podbean.
I know. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. We were supposed to tell people Podbean 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to be on Podbean, guys.
We're on Podbean right now.
Yeah, we're on Podbean. We're not going to be. We're on Podbean. So if you guys want to listen to this podcast on a different, Podbean, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, and some other stuff will release later on. But we're on there now. How hard was that to set up, homie? Was it bad?
It wasn't bad. It kind of gave me a little bit more creativity for the background and whatnot. So
nice. This is just a better podcast host for us. Is the only reason we're changing. We know we have a pretty good following on SoundCloud. We get a lot of listens from there. So we want to say that our most recent episode will be on SoundCloud.
Yes.
So you guys will always be able to listen to us on SoundCloud, but you won't be able to go back in the archives and listen to previous episodes because they want you to pay money to hold more than a couple hours on there. So
yeah, all them episodes are gone.
So now we're paying for Podbean because we get better statistics of, what's going on, what you guys like, what you guys didn't like, and helps us grow and helps us know what to put out so you guys know. So we should have said that 2 episodes ago. But
yeah, we should have.
Here you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. We that's like 4 episodes in a row now. We've been thinking about it, and then we got really serious here the last couple weeks, and then we just have so much going on.
Yeah.
We just totally blew it.
We just we made a game plan to really pump up the podcast here and dropped a lot of money on it, and we hope you guys enjoy it. We're doing this for the listeners to give you guys some more engagement. So we're gonna get into our partners though. Ingram's, man, he's got to be getting close to done with bucks. I mean, it's gonna be a sad day.
I don't know what he's gonna do. What is he gonna do with all his free time?
I don't know.
I mean, play with a couple girls.
Yeah. Yep. Play with his kids.
2 daughters. Yeah.
I don't know. That's what he would do because
Kendra, she might be.
Yep.
She might be going crazy.
Yeah.
She'd be like, well.
You think he's gonna have 3 girls? Do they know?
No. Yeah. It's a boy.
It's a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Good.
So she's done.
Yeah. She's like, I'm done, man.
She said he's not quite done yet.
Man. So that's exciting news. Well, congrats to you, Ingram.
I think September is when she's due.
Right before.
So he better have all them bucks done because he ain't gonna have much time.
Better than November.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I heard what you said right there.
Yeah.
All right. That's what this episode is gonna be about right there.
So yeah, I hope you guys like these episodes. Me and homie really like them when it's just us because we just got so much freedom to do what we want, and 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 we still want to put out some content to you guys to gain and basically thank you guys and keep moving on to the next episode.
Just kind of take a break from a guest, because I tell you what, we had James on, we had Craig on, we had Matt from VIP on again, and then we hit you with Modern Bow Hunter, we hit you with Josh Prophet talking trail cams really really deep, and
this is just
we've just been bringing a lot at you guys. We just want to take a week, let everybody cool off, just
listen to our great voices and no one else.
Well, you're a great voice. Josh had a really good voice.
Yeah.
He had a really good radio voice.
No.
Me, I'm just that 12-year-old just waiting for that day.
All right, let's talk about ECW calls. What they got going on over there, man. I'm excited. I'm excited that he got into a couple more stores for our local listeners. He's in Presley's. Check them out.
And he's in River's Edge and Canton.
And
then the old Gander, or not was it Gander Mountain?
Yep, Gander Mountain, yep.
So, the old Gander Mountain store in Peoria. He said that they're looking for local business. And
shout out to Gander Mountain, dude. Way to reach local for small companies and rep their product. Good for you guys, man. I will definitely start shopping more at Gander Mountain.
I'm gonna stop in there, check out what they got.
If they're supporting small local companies, I know Luminox gonna be there.
Okay.
As a small local company, ECW calls is gonna be there. So I know there's gonna be a lot of other good, small, individual, really high quality pieces that aren't made by some machine and
probably some shit we don't even know about. You just go in there and you stumble across it.
Yep. So,
and next thing you know, you just found a gold mine.
Yep, that's super excited for him. I hope we got a bunch of work heading his way. We got our grunt tubes in. Just a shout out. Hopefully, be able to offer his grunt tubes for sale. If you guys want one, they're badass, man. Handmade by a veteran. Every time you blow it, you know this is handmade. This ain't machine made. This has got its own individual look.
I think your tube's a little darker than mine.
Yep.
We ordered 2 for the boys.
Yep.
One for Rainer, one for Aiden.
Yep, both got our kids' grunt tubes that drive the wives crazy blowing around the house.
Yes.
That's going to be sweet.
What else do you need when you get a newborn baby that's a month old for Christmas?
Yes.
Just a grunt tube.
Mine's getting his for his birthday at October. So he's got his bow and his grunt tube. And now when we go driving around looking for deer, which is actually code for we're going to put you to sleep while driving around, he takes his binoculars, which I had to give him a pair of binoculars. So luckily I had a crap pair of binoculars because I was using mine and he wanted a pair.
Right.
His bow, and now he's going to take his grunt tube. So we're going to be a complete setup.
Oh, he's gonna have a 160 in front of the hood of your truck,
rubber
dude.
ducky broadheads all the way. So he's got a real tree light up bow, just throwing arrows at the deer target. He'll hit like 9 foot away. He'll be like, smoked him. I'm like, yeah, you smoked him, man.
Oh man, that's awesome. I'm almost there.
Yeah, he'll pick up quick, man. Get him one of those bows, he'll dig it.
Oh yeah.
My boy couldn't shoot it all by himself. Now he's shooting my wife in the house.
So when we get him one, it'll probably be colder outside. So what I'm going to do is probably just get like one of them, turkey patterning targets.
Yeah.
Just tape it right to the front door.
Nice.
Let him just smoke a couple of turkeys.
They got the one at Bass Pro that has the blow up deer.
A blow up deer.
Yeah. And bow combo.
Oh yeah.
It's a little more expensive, but if you want to go high class to really give him the full feature effect.
Well, I mean, he's looking at a 140 decoy out there, or a 140 3D target. Yeah.
So he's used to big deer. So.
Right.
Let's talk about the veteran VIP broadhead. What do you got to say about it?
When the blades are fully engaged inside the wound channel, it is over 3 1/4 inch cut.
Yeah. He markets at 2.5, just because that's the average, but that thing is wide, man, when it's fully open.
It is wide.
It is super wide. And it's a variable cutting width broadhead. The last episode we hit you hard. We hit you hard with what we thought, and we'll come a little soft at you this time. play good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop. And
Hold on, we might go live here. I gotta adjust this.
this episode, I just want to say, you cannot shoot a better product. I mean, that's just straight up honest. A better product for the meaning behind it, a better product for the quality, a better product for the killing of animals.
Yeah.
Not the harvest, the killing of animals. We're in the business to kill animals, to eat them. And that's what the Veteran Broadhead does.
I'm going to kill a whole bunch.
So I want to hit you with the VIP Veteran Broadhead shout out. We got Dave Pewitt. He was a Marine for 8 years, and he did a tour in South America. He didn't give me much, but I know South America is full of just snakes, all kind. I mean, I don't even want to go there. It's like Australia or Africa, man. I don't know how to do.
South America, that's different though.
Yeah, everything's trying to kill you over there. So I'm just gonna stay in North America. And only thing I got to worry about, maybe a mosquito. I ain't got no snake that's gonna try to kill me. And then another VIP shout out, since that was kind of short. Will Warren. I think it's good to shout him out. He did a tour in I want to say the Philippines, and he said the snakes over there were insane, man. He said there's a snake that raise up on its tail and be as tall as you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Count me out.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm out, man.
I don't care if it's poisonous or not.
He didn't tell me, but I'm like, I want to say he said that snake and a pit viper were the two most dangerous ones over there. So I'm like, man, you got to worry about, surviving in battle against people or whatever you're doing for the job over there. You also got to worry about snakes and tigers and all.
Right.
No way, dude. He's like sleeping at night on the ground. That was risky. He said getting up and taking a number 2 at night, double risky. I would not want to do that.
No.
So we can't thank you guys enough. We appreciate what you did for us, so we can send this podcast out.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Let's get right into this episode, guys. What are we going to talk about?
What are we getting into?
What do you want to hit him first with?
I don't know.
You want to hit him with major news or just hit him with a little sauce?
No. So, on my phone, I have an iPhone 7, and then we have the notepad on there, right? So I have regular notepad, and then I have podcast information, passwords, emails, scheduled people, stuff like that I got to remember. Well, it was supposed to be when we didn't have an intro of like times in a podcast that I was going to take out and put into the intro. So, however, when I put podcast intro in there, Bush Light must have taken effect and I didn't spell it right. So now it's like podcast intour.
Intour.
Yeah. So I just left it. And then now I have all these passwords and emails and everything to log into what we got going on. And today I was getting on the website, doing the Podbean thing, get down, make my account for Podbean. And way down at the bottom of the list, I have no idea why this is there. Maybe you can help me out. Squirrel palpitations is on.
Squirrel
palpitations.
Is that something the squirrel caller said?
I don't know. See, that's the only thing I could think of is something Damien said, but it's right there. Squirrel palpitations.
Yeah. Shout out to Damien. Him and his wife are going through a tough time right now. We were fortunate enough to donate to a benefit for his wife. We donated an ECW cause, some shirts, and some cash. So I hope that makes an effect for you guys. You guys still going through a tough time. If you're listening, Damien, if you need anything else, we're definitely here for you, brother. Yeah, squirrel. That's the only thing I can think of. Dude, that
Yeah.
squirrel call was the most legit
I know.
squirrel call I've ever heard.
I got it
What-
still saved on
What
the desktop.
episode was that?
16 or 17.
Yeah, you guys want to go back and listen to the Nowhere Live episode,
Yes.
just so you can listen to the squirrel call.
The first one.
That's all you want to go there for.
It would be episode 15.
Episode 15.
Episode 15.
Yep. The squirrel call. The
Oh,
squirrel with a
man.
nut. The gray squirrel. The red squirrel.
He's got it all, man.
He's got it all.
He's got it nailed down.
He does.
I want to talk about you and your HHA.
My HHA.
Yeah, I want to. So about a month ago, you told me, you're not going to shoot at hunting. I want to get more in deep on that.
The more I think about it and the more I shoot it, the more confident I'm getting with it. It's just so it'd have been February or March.
I think it was March. March.
I switched to a single pin. I had shot a 4-pin before the 4-pin, 5-pin before that. That's what I've always used. I really like it. Had super good luck with it. It does, like a lot of people say, a single pin clears up your sight picture, makes you, shoot better. I think it does to a extent, but I haven't seen like a major effect between it and my multi-pin. Each person shoots a bow a little different, so they might like it better. I will say my HHA picks up a lot more light in the evening than my 4-pin did. I don't know if it's just that reticle is going to 1 pin
That's what I think.
instead of 4, so it's exorbitant, and that's the green.
Mm-hmm.
I think the green helps
I
out a lot because you have like the yellow, green, red,
orange. Yeah.
on a
See, I thought
4-pin.
my red and orange on my 3-pin was really dim compared to
Yeah.
my 20-yard, which was green,
Yeah.
yellow, neon, whatever you want to call it.
And even when we were hanging that new fresh set we just hung, I mean the max shoot, I don't think I've ever I shot a doe at 42 yards. That's my furthest shot ever. So, and I got it set up right now I shoot a really heavy arrow, so my sight tape was pretty deep and I can get to about 55 yards with it. So that's pretty far for me. Like I said, for 42 yards is my furthest shot on a doe, and that was last year. And the doe, I mean, she ducked right into the arrow, absolute perfect shot. She made it like 15 yards. That was one of the best doe shots I've ever made, but it's actually out of a ground blind too. That's one of the very few kills I have out of a ground blind, which is pretty cool. And I don't shoot that far, so I was thinking, I shot it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna shoot it at 10 yards and see what 20 does. And it's not very much fluctuation, so I know at 10 yards I just a little bit low, and I'll be good, And I always shoot heart shots on everything, because I'm a big believer in deer ducking arrows, whether they're alert or not. I just think they have a sense where they duck arrows, I just my buck this year, full trot, shot him at 5 yards, ducked an arrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like he was looking up, looking towards that way, and he's like seeing the arrow or seeing the bow snap or seeing my arm come down or something, and I hit him higher than I aimed.
Well, if you aim low and
Yeah.
they duck, you're still
Yeah,
good.
you're
if you
still
aim
good.
high
Yeah.
and they duck, you might be screwed.
Yeah. So I shot it at 10 yards, and I felt really good with it. And then I put my 20 pin at 30, and I was like, what I decided, I think I'm going to run it about 25.
Yep.
I'm going to run it about 25, and then I feel confident at 20 and 30, and then it seems like I have, like a lot of people say, bucks cruise in, you got like 2 seconds to make a shot. It seems like I have a little bit more time to make a shot. Maybe it's because I think a lot of it might be because my stands are high and I can see them coming from a long ways, or I kind of hunt not like really open timber, but I hunt a transition zone to where they're coming out of thick stuff into really open stuff. So I'm right on that edge, so I can see him come out, and then I got time to adjust my shot or something. So I'm gonna try it this year. I'm gonna try.
Oh, now you're sticking with it.
Yeah, I told homie I
Okay.
was gonna back out. I'm gonna try it this year. After shooting, I shot 80 shots in one night, all from different yardages. That helped me gain a lot of confidence. And then I shot 20 the next night, and I feel, I'm feeling better with it. It's just like anything.
It's a change.
It's a change. I like how the sight pictures opened up. I still want to do some changes to my bow. I'd like to get a different peep on it. Maybe a different rest. I don't know.
You got to keep the spaceship.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the spaceship on it.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, I like the HHA. I wish that I would have went with the step up,
The Kingpin.
the Kingpin.
Yeah.
It's just the money wise, I didn't want to really fork it out. But having that extra yardage and the single digits for I love shooting 3D. Most of the time, I shoot like 8 to 10 a year. This year with the new kid and with the podcast on the weekends, I haven't shot any. I haven't shot any 3D besides the 3D target I got in my backyard. And it's going on July now. So I missed 3D season this year. It's a lot of fun, and like I told homie, we just gotta go one day. We just gotta go.
Usually there's a little buzz with the
Yeah.
3D, and I didn't even. I mean, I was looking hard, and there was the local 3D here was on Father's Day. I mean,
Yeah.
get a grip.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to make it. So I haven't been doing a lot of that, but that's kind of what I switched to the HHA for, because I like 3D a lot. And like I said, I normally shoot 8 to 10 a year, have a ton of fun. The Donahue Iowa shoot is my favorite by far. It's a killer shoot. I hope me and homie can go and take a crew with us, because that's just a very fun time. But that's all I got to say about the single pan, man. I'm going to run with it, try it out, see what I think this year. I thought about selling my other site, but I'm just going to keep it, and if I get to a point where, I shoot a couple does and I'm not liking it, I'll just switch back. So I always got
Gotcha.
it on the back burner.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when you're sitting there and you're set at 25, or you've ranged where the deer mostly come from. I got nothing here.
It's just that.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
You know where the deer are gonna come from mostly, so it's not gonna bring you as much anxiety as I had with it last year, just sitting there, predicting what you think is gonna happen. But it might still bring you some.
Yeah, I just think that I'm really used to the 4-pin I had. Like I said, I shot $3 with that sight. So when you got something that works, it's really hard to change it.
Yeah.
When you feel confident with it. But I wanted to give the single pin a shot, and I like it. Me and you need to shoot hardcore one day. I'm shooting really good right now.
You probably outshoot me right now.
My bow's in. My bow's doing good.
You got anything you want to go over right now? Or I can hit you with some more.
Whatever, man. You want to go over the website?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have an official Whitetail Legacy Podcast website. whitetaillegacypodcast.com. If you guys haven't heard Whitetail Legacy Podcast enough to remember what the podcast is, the name of the website, you haven't listened to the podcast long enough, because I say it every time. But yep, it's just another way you guys can interact with us on there. We have a special link for the VIP shout out. You can post it all in there. We can give a special shout out for you guys. We're gonna have some links to our sponsors for the podcast right there. You guys can click it, go right to their website. Some pretty cool stuff. Be able to listen to all our episodes right there. Be able to watch any videos we put up. Be able to find our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all right there on the website. So it's kind of like a one quick shop for us. We're hoping to have our T-shirts on there, some ECW calls on there if you guys want them, and just kind of help promote him. And then we're working on some hats and stuff for the future. We're just not really wanting to fork up the money to buy them before we sell them. That shit's expensive, man.
Well, they just can't get
Yeah.
they just can't get the mock-up right.
Yeah,
And
we're,
I don't
we're
understand
having a
what's so
hard time
difficult.
with the hat company we had. I don't know what we got going on, but
We got people not listening
Yeah.
is the problem.
we spent all our money on
They're hearing what I'm saying. They're just not listening.
Podbean and website, so now we can't buy
Yeah.
hats anyways. So,
Copy that.
but we hope you guys enjoy the website. Homie did an awesome job on it. It's gonna be cool to be able to just go right there. If you guys, if you don't want to listen on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Podbean, you can go right to the website, click the link, and there we are. You know what I mean? So you won't have to go to a second website to do that. So we try to hit for Android and iTunes and Apple, but we don't really know what everybody listens on.
Right.
Because on our sheet we get a lot of like third-party listens, so we just figured if we had a website, then everybody could go right there and be able to get to it just straight away. So we hope to be sharing some videos this year. We really invested in our should we go into that on this episode?
Yeah, I had it wrote down,
Did
but obviously we're gonna throw up everything we have on YouTube right now. We had Jordan Spencer in studio. I'm not gonna bring out a camera phone and record a guy who's filming for Team 200
Yeah.
on an in studio podcast.
Yeah.
But we do have some in studio podcasts, and we're gonna get back to that. We had James in studio a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It was midnight when he showed up, so wasn't really thinking about that at that point. But we do like to get them in studio podcasts on film and thrown up, and those are all unedited, just raw. And then I'm sure if Cody and I get a couple of decent bucks, or we get a couple good films put together, we'll just throw them up there, and you'll be able to see them there first instead of on YouTube.
Yep. We really upped our camera quality this year. We put a lot of money into that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, a lot of learning. I'm already having a blast with the camera. One thing I will say, there is a lot of hunting teams or whatever there is out there, but if you guys want to start filming your own stuff and promoting it, don't be afraid to, because we've put out, our stuff from last year is as rookie as it gets, and we
sent it.
That's all we can say, because we're doing it for us. So when we look back in 3-4 years, we can look at it and say, when we're looking at our film, we still think it's not good. We can look back 3 years ago and be like, wow, it's just like our podcast. We can look back 3 years from now on podcast and be like, wow, this is what we were doing. You know what I mean? And it's
And if you guys are just starting out and you have a question on something, you can Facebook message us, you can email us, you can comment on a post and say, hey, I need you guys to message me, and we will. And if you have a question and we don't know it,
we got the contacts.
We've got people that are behind us that know.
Yeah. We got contacts that are professional, filmers. That's what they do.
So we can definitely at least put a feeler out to them guys and get you guys an answer if you have something that's beyond our capability.
Yeah, our capability is pretty small. We're definitely just learning that end of it, but it's just so fun, man, to film your hunts, and we hope to be bringing a lot higher quality to you guys. That's all I can say to that. We invested a ton of money, just like we invested a ton of money in this quality to get this sound quality for the podcast. We invested a ton of money in our film equipment, and we're hoping to bring you guys some awesome hunts, and just be able to share. You know, we'll talk about the hunting. We'll talk about our hunting during season on the podcast, but we hope to be able to share it through video with you guys too. And if you guys got any videos of your seasons, we'd love to watch them, man. I love watching YouTube videos, anything like that. I thrive off that stuff, man. Especially this time of year when it's hot and muggy and nasty out. If you guys hear the sound quality is a little different, it's 100 degrees outside right now, so we got the air conditioner just blasting in the studio, man.
It's actually on low, but it's still ripping.
Yeah, it feels great in here.
Yeah, you know, if you guys get something, even if it's on your phone, you know, you want to share it to us, go ahead and share it to our page, man. We're definitely going to check it out, whether it's on, you know, Facebook or Instagram. Tag us, you know, share it to the page, whatever you got to do, man. We'll check it out. And, you know, if you want some, I mean, we're no professional by any means because we're still in the process of upgrading what we got. But, you know, we'll tell you what we think for sure, and we'll give you honest, straight up opinion, man.
Yep, and then trail cam pics, man. It's trail cam season.
Oh,
so
yes, feed it.
You guys want to feed us any trail cam pics, go ahead and put her on there, and that gives us motivation. And the big thing for us, you know, I think that a lot of people miss out is connecting with the people that make this podcast possible, and that's you guys. You know, we want to be active with you guys. We want to connect. You know, we've made so many awesome friends through this podcast and connections, and we just want to keep growing that base with us. So don't be afraid to talk to us or put a pickup of a big velvet buck or whatever you want to do, because we love that stuff.
Yep, we're gonna feed Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Maybe not Facebook so much, but definitely Instagram and Twitter. Some old trail cam pics that we got, and we're gonna show you guys everything but 2 deer.
Yeah, everything but the big ones.
Everything but the giants.
We gotta keep them secrets from when we knock them
But
down.
there's still gonna be some stellar bucks going out there.
Yeah, heck yeah. What else you got on the list over there?
Would you rather have a deer surprise you or see it coming in?
Like surprise me, like no trail cam pics of it?
No, like you turn around and it's 12 yards away.
I'd rather see it coming in.
You said that so decisively.
Oh man, yeah. I gotta mentally prepare and think about if I'm gonna shoot it and what it's gonna be. There's a big process that goes through my head, man. I gotta have a little bit of time. You know, I need to identify the buck if I can. Figure out, you know, where my shooting lanes are possibly gonna be. There's a lot of stuff that goes through my mind.
Okay, what happens if it's 12 yards? Say you just stood up and you're taking a leak off the side of your stand. You get her all buttoned up. You turn around. And, oh shit! There he is.
Well, I'd still try to shoot him, you know, but I would definitely rather be prepared than to be caught off guard.
All right, so you want to see it coming in?
Yeah, for sure. What about you?
See, me, like, of course I want to see it coming in because, I mean, I want to try to remember everything that happened. You know, it never happens that way. You don't remember everything because you're so jacked up. But I get to a point to where, like, I see a giant buck. He's coming in. And as soon as you see him, you know, your heart rate just goes to 180 miles an hour. And then, you know, when you finally decide, you know, just like you're saying, you know, there's a process. You know, I'm trying to think of what's his next move. Where's he going? Is he winding me? How's that going? And then when I realize that the wind's okay, he's actually kind of coming in, and I start to get my bow, then I'm like starting to calm down. Like, you know, there's like, you know, 20-second, 15-second time period that I just like, all right, calm down. He's coming in. You're going to get a shot. And then I'm thinking about where's my window? Where's this window? Where's the first window? Where's the second window? And then where's the last ditch effort, you know? If he doesn't come in the way you think he is, you know, if he starts, you know, posturing to a buck that's behind you don't even know it's there, you know, just all different kinds of stuff. But I would rather see a deer come in just because I know I got that 15 seconds of just calming down. Like Ghost this year,
Yeah.
Surprised the shit out of me. I mean, he's 14 yards away the first time I seen him. Boom, just shot right in the woods. I thought he was going to come straight in front of me. Shot right in the woods. And that, I mean, see, that's going back to that thought process. I was like, where's my first window? Oh, it's going to be right here. I shot a doe here 2 years ago. Same scenario. But didn't work out. And then, then as soon as he ducked in the woods, I'm like, first window. There's no last-ditch effort here.
They always do exactly what you...
Yeah.
Most of the time. Last year they didn't. They just did exactly what I thought they were going to. They don't happen out.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Would you rather shoot a 160s typical or a 160s non-typical?
It just depends how gnarly the non-typical
No,
is.
you just got there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's just...
A 160 non-typical, yeah.
Okay, I'm going typical.
Okay. Like a 200 non-typical, like when they get that just club-looking thing out there on their main beam, you know, and it's just like spider-webbed out there at the end, like I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather shoot a 200-inch typical and a 160 non-typical.
I want to shoot a 160 straight typical 10.
Just clean as
Just
shit.
clean as shit 10. Just beautiful. And I'm going to do it upright just to piss you off. Mount it upright just so homie's like, why?
I can't say too much about upright.
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah.
I think everybody has to have one almost. Like, but...
I don't have one yet. I don't have one just
well,
straight upright.
And the only reason I mounted that deer like that is because I was just sitting in my stand and all of a sudden I heard 2 grunts and here come 8 deer running from the corn or from the bean field straight into, they're going to be 30 yards in about 4 seconds. And he's just got his neck straight up, grunting, following this, apparently the hottest doe you ever seen in your life. And I said, well, she's either going to cross the dam and go out to the big field, or she's going to come in the woods, and whatever she does, everybody else is doing. And so he was just like, it was almost like a Clydesdale. Like, he was just trotting like that, you know, right behind her. Like, she's kind of hauling ass, but he didn't have to run as fast as he had to, you know, to keep up with her. So he almost just looked like a Clydesdale, had his neck straight up, kind of turned at me. And the only reason I looked over there is because I heard 2 grunts.
Yep.
So that's why I got him upright, 'cause that's the way I first seen him.
So you're a non-typical fan, huh? I didn't know that about you.
On a smaller one, like, I mean, if it's a gnarly 160, like a gnarly 160 is gonna look pretty cool. A gnarly 220 is gonna look just, it can look dumb almost, I guess. Just too nasty.
Yeah.
But you know how giant a 220-inch typical is gonna be?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah. You're gonna have some time length.
Yeah.
What do you got? You got anything? Okay. So back in James's episode, I was listening to it, and you had asked, you know, shooting a deer and dragging it out, you know, if that affects what's going on because your rut was kind of off this year. You said. One thing that we've done where I hunt, and I don't hear a lot of people doing this, is we just have like a specific spot where we gut deer. And I mean, I tell you what, at times it sucks. It sucks because you're dragging basically a full dead weight deer out of the woods. We don't have no 4-wheelers. We can only get trucks so far in the woods. So at times it sucks, but I feel like it helps more than it hurts, you know. Yeah, you might have 4 people in there, but you know, it's usually shotgun when we have 4 people in there, you know. So everybody's half-ass scent controlled. And so they go down, we get the deer, and then we drag it out, you know, to the field edge, and then we can get a truck next to it. Or Jeff got this cart, you know, and we hauled a couple deer out with it last year. Worked really cool. So I just don't hear a lot of people, like, having a specific spot out of the woods where they gut all their deer at. And it helps protect, you know, coyotes coming in, you know, smelling all that. Other deer smelling all that. I just think that doing that really helps.
Last year I shot a doe and then gutted her on the field. And the next day, my buddy shot a doe with that doe smelling that gut pile.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I don't know if it hurts or doesn't hurt. That's something I haven't really checked, but I always gut them where I shoot them. Just because, like you said, my property's access is weird. So I have to get permission through a farmer's field to get to the timber on one part. So I can't drive a vehicle in that field. So I'm not only dragging it through the timber, I'm dragging it through the field too, to the truck. So I always like to get as much weight off as I can,
right.
you know. And then the only reason I said that is because, you know, I've shot 2 bucks October 15th. So that's when, I mean, it's like almost to the border where you don't want to mess stuff up, but you know, you got a nice buck, you want to shoot it. But then, like the year before that, I didn't notice my rut. But this year, I just felt like I had so many does. Like there was just, I mean, I was seeing like 8 to 15 does a set. I mean, just endless amounts of does. And you know, I was convinced. I was like, okay, these got to be the same does. And I was like, there's no way that these 10 are the same does, because they would have had to make a
10 does every day.
a 500-yard circle for no reason to come back in. You know what I mean? So I'm like, where are the bucks? You know, I just didn't see the buck movement that I normally see. But this was the first year that I went way into the core of where the intense rut activity is and smoked a buck October 15th. The first buck I smoked on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
This buck I smoked in the bedding area where the does and bucks are bedding. I mean,
where everybody's
deep in there, where the action's at, you know. I smoked him right there, so I just wanted to see if he'd ever noticed that, you know, because I think I noticed it with the rut. Like, I mean, I seen some shooter bucks, don't get me wrong, you know, but not something that I wanted to shoot after I shot the buck that I had. I passed 3 really nice deer this year that were in the 140s, you know, 150 area, but I had already shot that buck. Got 2 of them on film passing them, you know, I mean, just nice bucks. And then I had a buddy hunting out there, and he missed an opportunity on a mid-140s 8. Great 8-pointer. I got velvet picture of him, hard horn pics of him. Awesome buck. You know, just couldn't make it work. And then I seen the giant 11-pointer, same area during shotgun. So I seen bucks there, but it wasn't as good as it was 2 years ago or the year before that when I was seeing 8-9 bucks a day.
Right.
You know, during the rut cruising. But I don't know if I missed the rut a little bit and hunted, you know, too early or too late for my property. But one thing that I really need to start doing is, so, like for me, so you shoot a buck early, right? I just lose so much motivation because I've already shot a buck.
Right.
So I feel like them first days of November, you know, I just shot a buck 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, you know, I just don't have the motivation to go crazy hard, right? And then this year and the year before, when I didn't see as good as activity, I was hunting more public during the rut, trying to, you know what I mean? So I think maybe that's key too, because I was maybe taking 2 days off my private piece and going to public when I would have been on my private piece earlier and seeing more deer activity. But, you know, just like this year, I don't remember the exact day. I could pull it up and find it, but one day we went in there, we passed a really nice, he would have been a 10, but he had broken brow, really nice mid-140s, 15-yard shot, past him with a buddy. And then it was one, we set all day, I set all day that day, and I had a buddy with me. I was filming him, and he wanted to get out at noon. And I pushed him to 1, and the wind was blowing like 30 mile an hour at this point. And he was like, man, I'm getting out. I'm done. Wind's blowing so hard. No deer are going to be moving. Temps were good. They were mid-30s. And then literally we lowered his bow down, and then that 148 that he messed up on come right back in, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, chasing the doe, grunting. So I'm hearing grunting, and I'm like, what is that? And he turns around, he's like, oh, big buck, pull my bow up. So I'm pulling my bow up. He's trying to get it off the bowstring around the tree to shoot this buck, and the buck ends up spotting him at like 15 yards, trying to get his bow set up, get an arrow on, all that stuff, And so the activity was there, even though I did shoot that buck, but it just wasn't as good,
Wasn't as baller.
But another thing is I hunted that stand. I had another person hunting my lease. So there was more action in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I would be hunting the deep stand, he'd be hunting the stand up front. So there's double the scent, double the action. So that could have played a role. But and then he was hunting some days that I wasn't, out there. That the scent and the stand, for the day, that could have played a role of bucks being. But even my trail cam activity seemed down in that area, or it could have just been an off year where more bucks were in a different area.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, man, there's so many does there. There's so many. It's so close to a doe bedding area that when they come off the fields in the morning, they like feed in the acorns for a while, and the does were so comfortable they were bedding 30-40 yards from my stand, like multiple times in the year. Like I'm trying to get out of my stand because it's blistering cold during shotgun, and I got does bedded, so I can't get out. So I mean, do I think it hurt? I'm not really sure, but the best thing about this podcast is I try to learn, and I think that asking people that have you had years of success, if I ask 10 people that question, might get a good answer out of one of them,
Yeah.
So
Or one that applies to your
Yeah.
property layout and the way that you hunt. You
Yeah.
know, everybody's a little different.
Yeah. I will say one thing. This is our episode. It's mid July, but I am getting absolutely stoked for season. Like I'm getting to the point now where like it's getting closer, and like I'm watching a video and I'm like, dude, it's close. It's getting there. Or I'm listening to a podcast. I like my podcast listening is even starting to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Like seems like closer we get to season. My other, I listen to multiple podcasts, but like I'm listening to like 3 or 4 episodes a day. I'm listening to a lot, and like really getting that drive to go check trail camera cards and stuff like that without but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go check it because I just hung it a week and a half ago or something. What I mean? So, and then me and homie got a stellar buck on trail camera already at our new set. So looked like he had split brows and split G2 in a really good frame already.
Yeah. He's
Definitely
gonna
gonna
be one
be
to keep an eye on.
Definitely gonna be a 140s, maybe bigger buck.
Yeah.
So
I hope his left side's
Yeah.
matching on the split.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you put your camera on 3-shot burst and you only get half a rack. It's on 15-second delay. That's like shortest it's got.
He must have just turned and
I don't know. He probably went down.
Something.
He probably went to the edge back in the back and hit that draw, went out.
he thought he at least got a picture of his ass or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Something. I mean, or otherwise he was moving.
Yeah. But we got that, the other 2 bucks that are in that area. That it's definitely a buck area, which we knew from the buck sign. So
Mhm.
I'm excited for that stand side of you hunt it.
Yeah.
And try it out. It's gonna be cool.
I'm pumped up to get in there for sure. So on this week's episode, more so for next week, the weekend in between here, I'm gonna go down to my old piece and talk to the landowner and see what the situation is. See if we're gonna be able to hunt out there. I'm gonna tell him that I'm just interested in bow hunting out there, and wish him and his wife, all the best of health, because that was the reason that we have to check with him, and so I'll be bringing you guys an update next week. I'm gonna get out there, and then if he says yeah, I'm gonna hang one trail cam, and
On the buck nest.
in the buck nest.
buck nest.
Yep, gonna hang that trail cam. So I think this is good that I walked through. I think they plant that corn on corn every year, but I'm not sure. I know 100% it was corn last year. So we'll say it's beans this year. Would you hang your camera there? Like in the, where you hung your second cam? It's a little corner right there. So I got that same exact scenario, kind of. They enter and exit the bean field or the cornfield right there in the corner, or they enter and exit where I go into the woods at. So would you go into where I had it at last year after I moved it in mid of October, or would you put it for now, because I'm gonna check it at least once before hunting season. I'll probably check it twice. Would you put it on the bean field?
I'd put it on the edge.
Put it on the edge for now.
Then you're gonna have less. You're gonna have less entrance
Intrusion.
to the property. You're still gonna. The bucks are gonna be coming to those beans.
Yeah.
It's just the time. If you got beans, you got bucks. That's what I like to say.
Yep.
This time of year, so they're gonna be on it.
So
I would probably check it, and then what I would probably do is when
I'll probably check it, and then I'll go back in September or the last. It'll probably be September 1st because that's on a Saturday. It'll probably be September 1st. I'll go down there, check it, and then I'll put it into the buck nest, and then I'll
put it
just
into
be
your
out of
buck
there.
nest. Check your straps. Check the stand.
I got to do some tree clearing like we did.
Yeah.
So
Just-
that's why I'm trying to get down there this weekend. And
Well, if you're gonna go in there and do some tree trimming, you might want to
just wanna
hang. You
hang
might
it
want to
up there?
hang two cameras if you got them.
okay,
Put one in there deep. Leave it. Soak it.
Soak
Put
it.
one on the edge. That you
It'll be
can check.
soaking for damn near shit. I mean, that's wow.
6 weeks.
8. You're
8.
you're talking 8.
8 weeks. That'd be perfect. Let it
8.
set for 8 weeks, and you got some really good, really good detail of what bucks are coming through there. If you got one that you can notice that your pattern on those beans still,
Right.
if they planted late beans, it'd be better. But then you still got the intel of what bucks are in the area on the edge of the beans. The only thing about summer bucks is like my property. I don't know about yours. I got some summer roamers that I get in the summer, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah, that's
got
what you're
some
saying.
giants, and then they're just gone.
Yeah. Haven't really had that.
Yeah.
No, kick 6, and then he stayed around. Shit.
Yeah.
Jeff had pictures of him late November.
See that, like they say, every buck's a little different, personality wise. So I would put 2 up, just try it out, and
but
see.
then I'm trying to get the giant.
Yeah. Well, how many trail cameras you got?
Well, I got 2 right now.
Well, you need to buy an Exodus.
Yeah, copy that. Back pay. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I might buy an Exodus too.
You can't beat that deal.
No, I
mean,
know
really.
that's insane. Yeah. Shout out to the last episode, 5-year warranty on Exodus trail cameras. That's awesome.
All right, I got
You
one. Well, actually, I got 2 things, but I don't think I'm gonna.
You want to get to the big news? Or
Yeah. I think we'll just do that and
Call it a wrap.
call her out.
All right, guys. We are super excited to let you guys know that we are officially partnered with ScentLock and Oz. We're super blessed for this opportunity for the podcast. We're what are we, 8 months?
Yeah.
If someone would have said we have what we have in 8 months when we started this thing, would be insane. And it's all because of you guys.
Yeah, I just said you're full of shit.
Yeah, it's all because of you guys and us putting in insane work in the background. So we both use ScentLock. We have, and we love the product, and we had the opportunity to join with them, and we're not looking back. So they also gave us a coupon code for any listener that would like to purchase from them. You need to write this down because they don't do custom coupon codes. So it is capital B, capital A, dash, 15, dash, capital K, capital H, 09. I know that was a lot. You guys can just scroll it back 30 seconds, that little button right there that hit 30 seconds. Just hit that and listen it again. And then if you're like me, you probably have to hit it and listen again. So that'll get you 15% off all ScentLock or Oz product, anything you want. So we're going to be able to offer you guys 15%. And if you guys are looking to buy any ScentLock, we hope you use that coupon code. We're super jacked to be partnered with them.
Dude, I've been using ScentLock products for...
Yeah, how long have you had that bag?
Okay, so I probably got that bag when I was 17, my second or third year bow hunting. And it was their first carbon bag. It was just a storage... It's a ScentLock scent tote, and it just has the carbon flap on top, and you reactivate it by opening it and then letting the oxygen get in there. And then as you're throwing it around the back of your truck, or you're driving to your piece, or you're carrying it inside, that carbon drifts down onto your clothes, and then that's, it's like poor man's ozone pretty much, So I got that bag when we started the Illinois Deer and Turkey Classic. They had a booth set up, and I was like, man, this would be really great for keeping all my hunting, all my camo in one spot. Before, I just had like a plastic sack. Like literally a garbage sack in my closet. I was like, well, it's hunting season, better get the old sack out. It's all ripped to shit, So was down there, and I was like, man, dude. When I bought it, I wasn't even thinking about the scent control factor that it was giving me. So I mean, I've been using ScentLock for over a decade.
Yeah, and then this is like when we first started this thing. This was one of our dream partners.
Yes.
And this is like...
I was like, man, dude, if we could just do that, how baller would that be?
Yeah, and here we are, 8 months in, 7.5 months in, and we're partnered with ScentLock. So we hope we can bring you some awesome material for them. We love the product.
You're going to see me in Realtree original camo.
Realtree OG, baby.
Oh, dude, I'm
coming at you, Realtree. Yeah, they got the original Realtree
suit. You can get a whole suit.
Original OG camo.
That's killer.
Yeah. So we're gonna have we got the Oz bags. We got the Oz room cleaner going.
Cigarette lighter Oz.
Yeah.
For your truck.
And we had a lot of this stuff, before we partnered with them. So.
Yep.
So we're just jacked.
I've been a ScentLock fan forever.
Yeah.
It seems like ever since I started really getting into bow hunting. You know.
I always liked ScentLock because it was super high quality and a little bit cheaper than like the scent blocker suits and stuff when they first came out. They were like $289 for a jacket. And ScentLock was like $149. So I was always like, man, I need to go with the ScentLock because this is getting insane.
Yep.
So.
Scentlock.com, guys.
Yeah.
You can pick out your suit if you want light, medium, heavyweight suits.
Yeah.
Pick out your camo pattern, Realtree, mossy oak. They got it all. And then they got the ozone lineup. And then they got your soaps, your laundry detergents, your field sprays, your field wipes.
It's a one-stop shop for scent elimination. And I heard they got a new product coming out in July. And
they do.
And bonus to being partnered with them, we get first dibs to seeing it. So I'm pretty excited to see what that is. Like I said, we couldn't be happier to be doing this. This was like one of our dreams of starting this podcast, to have this opportunity. And we really hope to bring some good stuff for the company and show them that we mean business here at Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
Damn right we do.
Yeah.
Well, man, that's about all I got here.
I know, that's it, man. I want to thank the listeners again for what you guys do, but I really like to thank everybody that's came on all the way from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we got a lot of solid listeners that listen every time for people that came on. And, without people messaging us or, working with us to come on, with us working full time and doing this just as, like our side game. And it's really not even a side game, but it's just like something we do for fun in my garage. But
It's like having 2 part-time jobs.
it is. I mean, the work we put in during the day and scheduling and stuff, we just want to, everybody we work with for being on the episodes has been very
Understanding
and reasonable that we are, this is just a part-time hustle. And we got a lot of big names that want to come on this podcast, but it's just scheduling, I mean, it's just hard to do. But we're bringing you some guys that are just absolute baller whitetail hunters. I mean, it's just insane that I wish you guys could get like the raw and edited version tips that we get, because
Yeah, like the
secret
half
tips,
hour we spend on the phone after we hit the record button, and it's all done with.
the secret tips that you guys don't get to hear, that's the good stuff.
So with all due respect, we wish we'd give them out, but they say, well, it's only with you guys.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean,
we can't do that. We can't upset them. So, but like always, we really appreciate you guys. I know we say it, and but we do, man. We can't do this. You guys have been crushing the listens. Like I say, man, just share this podcast with your buddies. Share it on Instagram, Facebook. All that helps. Leave us a review on iTunes, any of that stuff. But you are literally making a couple Illinois boys, dreams come true with this. So we're just
when this is the night that all the work we did for the last 3 weeks, the last month, and then take it back to 7 months ago when we were just starting out. When the nights we record is like our celebration of all the hard work that we get to do.
Yeah, because we like I said, we got kids, so we're recording 3 episodes again in one night.
And then all the posting we do, all the hustling we do, scheduling,
Yeah.
Hey, let's try this week. Let's try this next week.
Yep. Let's
See-
try.
see how it
see if we
helps.
can do this. Can we improve? I mean, the amount of work we're putting in this thing is staggering, but
And-
it's worth it because you guys are listening like crazy, and we can't thank you enough.
And we just had a little experiment, and then Cody texted me and said, well, now we know. And I told him, I said, man, I'll be glad when the day comes to where we don't have to tell each other that anymore. Well, now we know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nope, that's probably not going to happen.
No.
And you said the same thing. He said, we'll never know it all.
Yeah, we'll never know it all,
No.
man. It's just part of us. When we started this thing, we have $80 a mics.
Yeah. It's like
80
$37 mics.
Yeah, $37 mics. Now we got $400 mics, a $400 soundboard, plus all the auxiliary cords, plus the Mac computer, plus the TV. I mean, we're really gaining in 8 months, and we hope you guys can hear it in the audio quality and
Minus the AC.
yeah, we didn't have an
If we didn't have the AC running, man,
yeah, that AC unit is key.
you just hear your beautiful voice.
Yeah. But I mean, it's all because of you guys. I know we say that a lot, but it's because we're just so thankful for the listeners that support us, and we have some solid backing behind this thing that people just share every week. And we need to start doing that top listener shout out again,
Yeah.
because we need to do that. But we're gaining and we're getting bigger, but we're never gonna forget where we came from, and where we came from is you guys. What was the first episode? Like 15 listens?
I don't even know if it was
Yeah.
that, man. I think it was 11.
Yeah, 11 listens. And now we're hitting 1,000, 1,200.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. So, thanks again, guys. As always, keep hitting that play button. We love you.
Whitetail Legacy out.
Oh shit, he got the outro.